Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sean Kid here, and I'm going to be working on a discussion on guilds, okay? So, if you guys don't know what guild is, pretty much it's a group of players working together and, you know, they want to discuss things about the game in their own little group, in a sense, and certain requirements have to be applied so that they can join the guild, in a sense. Yes, there are a lot of games with guilds, so realistically, it's not the first time where there are guilds in a game. Just saying that now, before I get into all the flack and all the stuff about guilds. Yeah. I should have done a discussion about this before, but let me go over like some of the things that the guilds have to offer since an update like years ago, okay? So, what happened a few years ago was that now guilds have these perks where like you can, get more clans, get more experience for your XP reserve and stuff like that when you're playing this game, which really helps players get through leveling up to certain levels or getting a lot of clins so that they can buy cards or whatever. And yeah, I can understand like the perks are pretty useful when playing this game. I can totally understand that. But there are some problems with the whole thing. So realistically, you gotta deal with that kind of stuff as well. But, like lots of people are wondering like why am I talking about guilds anyways? Because there have been some recent developments that really caused me to think about why people want me to join their guild in a sense. And yes, I'm going to be ranting a little bit because it's kind of getting annoying. It's somewhat getting annoying. And I'm sorry. If you guys do not want to listen to this part, please just, skip to another part of the video. But one thing for sure that really takes me off when it comes to people is that noticing that I'm already in a guild, pretty much noticing the obvious. Don't ask me to join your guild if you guys already know that I'm in another guild. That's one big thing when it comes to me and guilds. I'm already in a guild, so don't freaking contact me to say, oh, why not join my guild? And don't also ask if my guildmates aren't even playing this game as much. Because recently, not a lot of players have been playing urban novels. So don't assume that it's affecting every single guild. And yeah, I'm gonna get on to the point of what guilds, like how guilds are good and how guilds are bad. Okay? So, first and foremost, guilds have perks. Like one of the best things about guilds is that they have perks, which was a great addition to this game. So realistically, the best, like one of the great advantages about this game was, dealing with perks and getting to the perks by working together as a team. That's a major thing about working as part of a guild. You guys are working together to become a team, a great team. Another thing that I liked about the guilds, or one thing that's great about guilds, is that you can contact anyone and allow them to really give you guys some advice. Yeah, you can get some help outside of the game too, but it would be best to rely on your guildmates as well. Another problem about, you know, the guilds, like the first problem that I have with guilds is there's so many to choose from. Yeah, I initially was with a guild known as the Urban Regulators. Then someone invited me to join with the Wolf Pack, and then after that I joined the Chaos Knights. Problem with the Urban Regulators, I didn't really have a problem with them. It's just that, like, you know, someone didn't really invite me in there. I just joined. Like I was just, oh, I'll just join this guild and not really care. But then the Chaos, I mean, the Wolf Pack really wanted me to join their guild because one of the guys that I faced, I beat them. So like I was with them for a while. And then after that, since probably a year or so, or like half a year or so, all my guildmates weren't playing the game as much anymore. And this was back in 09, 010, I mean 2010. Okay, 2009, 2010. And my guildmates quit pretty much, right? So after playing in tournaments, which I did in the past, and since I was playing really well, the founder of Chaos Knights asked if I wanted to join their guild instead, and I took up on their offer and joined them. Yeah, there are a lot of things when it comes to guilds. Like, one thing for sure is that there's a lot of guilds to choose from. You can't really create a guild until you're a certain level. You can join guilds as early as like level 5, so that's actually one of the great things about it. Another thing about, you know, the guilds that I had problems with was the whole, certain restrictions in the guild. Like, some guilds allow up to a certain level. Other guilds, they only allow, players who do well in ELO or something like that. And this game does not have all that, realistically. There's like maybe 100, 1,000, or 10,000 minimum who really do well in this game. But other than that, like you don't really get as many players to really do well in this game. So honestly, that's like one of those things where it's somewhat difficult to know more of. But is it a good thing to really go into guilds nowadays? Definitely. There's a lot of possibilities when it comes to guilds, and I've been in problems in the past where like I could just talk to my guildmates about it and they were able to solve it. It's like, and that was like one of the greatest things that I've ever did. Okay? So understand that, there will be guilds for you guys, and if you guys don't want to join a guild, that's your choice. I can't really state that some guilds are better than others. Or, like joining a guild is better than being alone. Because sometimes like I played the game without even caring about my guildmates. And that was when I was with, the other guilds. So understand that like I am not against, being part of a guild. I'm not against, people choosing to not being a part of a guild, but there are some benefits in being with the guild. And it's just your choice to join or to not join a guild. Okay? And I'm not advertising my guild because realistically, if you guys wanted to join the Chaos Knights, that's your choice. But make sure you guys understand that there's going to be people willing to help you guys out, learn more about the game, and also, talk about other things about UR as well. So make sure you guys understand that both of those things are available to you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the discussion. I mean, well, about the whole discussion part of the thing. Let me talk about why I'm kind of getting annoyed with people telling me like to join a guild and I mean to join their guild instead or something like that. Some is a pretty obvious reason. I'm already with a guild. Yeah, it's not something. You guys understand what the CK stands for, right? So, what's the point in asking me to join your guild? Another thing is that like another reason why I don't typically want to join is because like I typically had to make sure of who I'm going to join with. So like I have to freaking get my research down, see what their guild is like, and yeah, one of the things I need to go through is the perks or their level. And here's one thing that I really hate about it. Like if you state that you guys are like the most active guild in the game, you need to prove it. Your ranking doesn't prove anything as most active guild in the game. That doesn't mean jack when it comes to actually being a legit guild. So, one thing that I always try to do when being recruited is do my research on the guild. Okay, like, and this is like tips of trying to join a guild. You know, one, do your research on the guild, so like, oh, this is the guild I want to join. Um, like one thing you have to do is research on what requirements you have to overcome to join their guild. That's the first thing. The second thing is um check their statistics and check your statistics. So like as in, like what level you are, what country you're from, because sometimes, like they're only a certain country type of guild, as well as like what level their guild is and what perks they've unlocked. Because you don't want to be hanging with a guild that doesn't have, the good perks. And if you're a guild looking for new players, the main thing you guys need to do is get your perks up, because realistically, I mean, not perks. Um, get your levels up. Don't just talk to random players and say we want you to help us improve. But here's the thing: there's that one saying in the games. I mean, in anything, before you help others, you have to help yourself. That's in my mindset when you guys are, trying to get me to join your guild. So, am I gonna do well with this guild, or am I gonna freaking struggle with it? And I'm not sure if this is true, but if like your experience with your original guild that you had the XP with, or the bow points with, can move to another guild. That's like one thing that I'm not sure of, but you know that's another thing that I'm worried about. So that's one problem that I still struggle with thinking. But other than that, like everything else, you know, when looking for guild, of course, know what how good you are compared to how good they want you to be to join their guild, and then see if you can meet their standards or continuously play the game at a certain point. So, like always think about what they want you to do to join their guild, as well as what you want them to do so they can really recruit you. Like they would always have you in mind in a sense. But also have someone else, I mean, have everyone else in the guild in mind as well. So that's pretty much it with the whole discussion of guilds. And if you guys are interested to know what the other urban rival YouTubers were in, Well, I remember Shocky, who was Team Urban Rivals before he changed his username on YouTube. He was with the he was with Urban Madness at a time, I think. He was also with Chaos Knights at a time. Some of the other members of the YouTube community, they were with other guilds. So, you know. So one thing for sure, make sure you check out the guilds and see like if you can recruit. I mean, if you can be recruited for a guild. So like, for example, by Elo, like best in Elo. Then you have best in DT. Then you have, by deathmatch, by survivor, Elo or T2, or by activity. There was one guild that, yeah, Eternal Wanderers. Like they're always saying like, oh, they're like the most, active guild in the game. So then there's guild by level. So like, by their level. So like 28's like the highest guild right now. My guild's like only a level 23, so understand that. And then by members level, there's some guild members where like they're really high level, so understand that. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. Make sure you guys check out the other videos on my channel as well as other channels on YouTube. There's going to be also a check mark for recruiting guilds, so if they're recruiting members, yeah, check that out too. So, um, and again, make sure you guys check out the guilds. See if they are asking for people to join and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Peace.